everybody, I am right in the middle of trying to do my self-actualization journey and can't get a day off to save my life. Why on earth did Janice P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs, Diddy's mom, write an article talking about her son is innocent of let me just read this article, okay? She wrote a letter. I'm reading this Us Weekly. Never mind. Okay. Us Weekly article, it says Diddy's mom, Janice Smalls Combs, releases a statement amid son's ST charges. Yes, she sure did. And this article is from yesterday, October 6th, 2024. Let's just read it together. Put some of it, up on the screen and stuff. But, Janice Smalls Combs, Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs' mama, who also has the white nails. I'll put a clip in here. She's weird.
I'm telling you, I know what I know. The Diddy mama can tie behind her back. Like, she could tie him in a bow behind her back, because a lot of people been sucking on them titties. I can look at them. And I'm just trying to figure out what kind of people raising these Hollywood folks, man. Everybody in Hollywood been tampered with. Why these old people ain't in jail? Because y'all talking about the after effect. Y'all talking about the crack babies that came from the crackheads. Why they getting punished? Go get the crackheads that made the crack babies. Go get their ass, because somebody teaching babies how to have orgasms and wearing white fingernail polish because they son like to see white nails around her penis, and she wearing it too. I'm like, so do she put her fingers around Diddy penis?
They have a weird relationship.
Yeah, my mom's gorgeous. Let me introduce you to my mom, called Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
She's released a statement in defense of her son as he faces allegations of ST and S abuse. Okay, what's the statement say? Quote, I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. And right out the gate, it's giving boy mom. You know what I mean? Like, right out the gate, it's giving, I'm devastated at the allegations and not I'm devastated at the video I saw of my son running down the hall like a puma, trying to beat somebody up. No, that's not how she opened it. No. Devastated by the allegations. Well, what if they true, Janice? Maybe you should just sit down, eat your food, be quiet until the courts sort this out. Because it's going to be embarrassing. It's not going to age well. Embarrassing. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged for his actions, girl. Not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies. It's always lies they tell until the proof comes out, huh? Janice said in a statement shared with Us Weekly on Sunday, October 6th, by her attorney, Natalie G. Figures. It goes on, quote, to bear witness to what seems, they shady, they put the misspelled sick, to bear witness to what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. And I'll be right there with you, Janice, but we all saw that video, okay? It's not you know what was a public lynching was Cassie getting chased down the hall like a puma, like prey by a predator. That looked more like a public lynching than anything happening to the results of Diddy's consequences, the consequence of his own actions. The consequences of your son's actions have put him here. This is years and years. I'm even willing to say maybe there has been some false allegations. Maybe there has been, but it's literally, Janice, hundreds of people, women and men, okay? Should have sat at your home and ate your food. Or did they gonna repo that too? They might repo it. Quote, like every human being, my son deserves to have his day in court, to finally share his side and to prove his innocence. True, I agree with Janice. He deserves his day in court, but what does that have to do with what I think? We're allowed to have opinions, Janice. She went on to explain that she was, quote, not here to portray Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs, her idiot son, as perfect because he is not. adding, he has made mistakes in his past, as we all have. No, stop it right there. I personally never ran chasing someone like I was going to literally take their life out of their body down a hall when they were trying to run away from me. No, never have I done that, girl. No. Mistakes? Yeah, turned on a red light. It said no turn on red or something, maybe. Maybe cuss somebody out, didn't deserve it. That's about the extent. This is weak, and it's insulting to try and act like we're all the same as him. No, we're not. No, we are not. My son may not have been entirely truthful. Girl, he may not have been entirely truthful about certain things, such as denying he has ever gotten violent with an ex-girlfriend when the hotel surveillance showed otherwise. And I promise you, Janice, that some more stuff's gonna come out, gonna show otherwise than what you're saying. Like, it's embarrassing. Janice referenced the 2016 footage published by CNN in May, in which Diddy's running down the hall like a predator puma chasing prey. We all know the one we're talking about. Diddy appears to grab Cassie by the neck, in addition to shoving, dragging, and kicking her repeatedly. Shortly after the video was released, Diddy put out the apology. And remember, this is after he had come out and called her a liar, a clout chaser, a money grabber, all this stuff. Now, months later, here he is. That wasn't me on the camera. Yes, it was you. I apologize for my accent. Yo, it's too late. You lied. Ugh. I can't stand a liar. That's like the top, I can't stand a liar. Don't lie to my face. I'm never gonna believe you again. Anyway, then it goes over to say, Cassie had sued him, Diddy, in November, which we knew. The lawsuit settled the next day. Janice's statement goes on, quote, sometimes the truth and a lie become so closely intertwined that it becomes terrifying to admit one part of the story, especially when that truth is outside the norm or is too complicated to be believed. This sounds weird. What are you talking about? Sometimes the truth and a lie become so closely intertwined that it becomes terrifying. Who intertwined them, Janice? Who intertwined them? Sean Beauty Puff Daddy Combs? That's who did it. Throw her in a jail with him, to be honest. I'd throw her in there with him. Please. Accomplice is what this is giving, in my opinion. Innocent until proven guilty. She said, this is why I believe my son's civil legal team opted to settle the ex-girlfriend's lawsuit instead of contesting it until the end, resulting in a ricochet effect as the federal government used this decision. No, they didn't. Let's stop right there again. The woman is stupid. The woman is stupid and wrong. That's a shame. Poor thing. Bless her heart. I'm gonna pray for her. Amen, Jesus. Because the government is not using that decision in that case, Janice. Just listen up. Listen up. Got your notebook out? Thank you. The government has not used that decision to do anything because there was no decision. An out-of-court settlement is not a decision, Janice. And here you are spreading fake news. It's sad. It's sad. It's pathetic. Please use this decision. It wasn't a decision. It was a settlement outside of court. By interpreting it as an admission of guilt. That's not true. That's not what they did. They have lots of evidence, Janice, outside and apart from anything having to do with that lawsuit. What about the baby oil? No, seriously, what about that? What was that about?
Like spraying baby oil on her? What if he gets it on him? Wouldn't it have the same effect on him?
Anyway, she goes further, quote, not being entirely straightforward about one issue does not... This is going to be a 4-hour video. Not being entirely straightforward. He called them liars, Janice. He called Cassie's true allegations 100% lies. That is not the same thing as maybe not being fully forthcoming about the truth. What did you say it as? Quote, not being entirely straightforward about one issue. He boldface unmitigated lied. It wasn't a not being entirely straightforward, sweetheart. It was a lie. It was a false statement. Unfortunately, false statements have consequences in the court of public opinion and also in real court. Because guess what? They do use people's prior false statements as impeachment evidence against their credibility, because if you do lie somewhere, a judge will think you might lie somewhere else. What's different about here? His life's on the line. His entire everything is on the line. Of course he's gonna lie in court. Please. The man's a liar, Janice, and it looks like you might be too based on how you... Listen. Who am I to judge y'all? I'm over here learning about, don't judge people and stuff, but at the same time, I feel like I have a duty to inform the public about this. Lies. Ugh, I can't stand a liar. Being a liar, I'm gonna change Janice's words because I literally can't get past the sentence saying it like this. My son being a boldface, unmitigated liar, paraphrased, doesn't mean that he did everything else he's accused of. True, that's logically is true. but he probably did some of it, in my opinion, innocent until proven guilty. And I always say that because I really mean it. I do think Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs should be allowed to have his day in court. I think he should have a fair trial, all of that. Because it is my strong belief and opinion that if he did do something wrong, if he did do something illegal, they're gonna find out and he will be punished accordingly under the law, which I do think should happen if he is found guilty or, you know, liable in any of these cases. But all that to say, you should have sat home and not said the statement because it's stupid. And you can't unring the bell now. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. Oh my God, I have secondhand embarrassment. She said many individuals who were wrongfully convicted and later exonerated had their freedom taken from them, not because they were guilty of the crimes they were accused of, but because they didn't fit the image of what this society considers to be a good person. Yes, Janice, that is literally... Janice, unless you don't know a secret, I thought everybody knew this. I'm gonna tell you. The laws we have in a society are literally based on absolutely nothing else but what the members of the society have agreed upon. That's why we vote. That's why we vote on laws. That's why we vote on politicians. And so, yes, of course, society makes the laws. So if he is violating the laws, the moral laws that society put in place, he goes to jail. I feel like I'm talking to somebody in kindergarten. That's where you think the laws came down from the Lord? You think we doing Moses' 10 Commandments over here? The laws on the books are because society said, or rich people. Those are the two reasons. So when your son violates society's morals, he goes to jail. If anybody violates the law, they goes to jail. Supposed to be. He seems to have avoided it. Anyway, she added, quote, watching the world make jokes and laugh at my son's life crumbling before our eyes is something I can never forget. Fair. She's allowed to feel that way. It is truly agonizing to watch the world turn against my son so quickly and easily over lies. Well, Janice, were you there, girl? You admitting something? Were you there at every... Oh, you were there at every FO? Were you or not? Because if you weren't, how do you know it's lies? And if you were, you need to be in a jail with him without ever hearing his side or affording him the opportunity to present his side. Well, we did afford him that opportunity. He made a statement. He said he had previously lied. So now how do we know anything he's saying is the truth? Janice went on to say, quote, these lies thrown at him are motivated by those seeking a financial gain and not justice. Well, financial gain from what? Because where's the money? Like after 195 people get money from him, who's going to get money now, Janice? Please. These individuals saw how quickly my son's civil legal team settled with his ex-girlfriend's lawsuit. So they believe they can receive a quick payday by falsely accusing my son. Oh my God. Holy Spirit, activate. I can't even say what I'm thinking. Looking for a quick payday. Okay, fine. You know what, Janice? Even if we go with this, these individuals are looking for a quick payday. That doesn't mean they lying. Just because they are not forthcoming with their motivations in one instance does not mean that they are guilty of the horrible things that Janice Combs is accusing them of. See, I can go that way too. You're the one using that same logic, girl. You weren't there. You weren't a witness to it. But yet you know what happened more than the people there. So what if their motivation is money? I hope they get money. Actually, they deserve it. They deserve much more if the stuff they're saying is true. You're not attacking their arguments. You're attacking them after they've already allegedly been victimized by your own degenerate son. False allegations of assault thwart true victims of violence from getting the justice they deserve. True. I would agree with that. But give me some proof what they said is false. So then the article I'm reading goes on to talk about the criminal case, which it covers so much stuff that isn't even from people suing him. So it's like, what about that, Janice? You're not going to address that? What about the evidence they found? What about the evidence Busby found? What about the evidence that has nothing to do with these people's allegations, but instead actually has to do with pictures, videos? What about the videos Lil Rod has? Those are lies too? The videos are lies? It just don't make no sense. Diddy pleaded not guilty. Janice goes on in her statement, quote, the federal government is now using these lies to prosecute my son. Okay, girl. She goes on, this injustice has been unbearable for our family. I do think it probably has been unbearable for their family. I'm sure it's been horrible. And truly, the ones in the family that didn't do anything wrong, my heart goes out to them. But that's just how the cookie crumbles when your daddy acts like that. Sorry. The worst part of this ordeal is watching my beloved son. This is honestly, y'all, it tells me a lot about Diddy. I can understand this is a big problem that he has, is his mom has never held him accountable and responsible for his own actions. It's always somebody else's fault, and it's the poor beloved son's giving #boymom. This injustice has been unbearable to the family. The worst part is watching my beloved son be stripped of his dignity, not for what he did, but for what people choose to believe about him. Again, my heart goes out to you, Janice, but so what? I mean, are we going to be able to stop you from believing what you believe? Probably no, right? So let us believe what we believe. We're allowed to have beliefs. It's not communist America quite yet. I mean, y'all want it to be, but we're not there yet. It's people can believe stuff. And just the same way that people had the ability, competence to believe that Diddy was, I don't know, like a good person or something, which I don't know how you could possibly ever believe that. I mean, listen to one of the man's songs. Seriously, just one, any one, pick one. Close your eyes, throw a dart, pick one. I'm just not sure how you could possibly think that was going to be some type of like, I don't know, Yogi Saint or something, girl. I mean, he's been telling us exactly who he is for like 30 years. #bad boy for life. He literally told us to believe that he was a bad person. And instead, the public did not. They and we defied our own common sense and looked past all the depravity, the depraved lyrics, the womanizing, the sinful nature, the lustful encouragement. We looked past all of that and said, oh, you know, maybe Diddy's just a normal guy playing a character. No, come to find out he's exactly who he's always said that he was. And now people have chosen to believe that. Just like they could believe that he wasn't a bad person, the tides can turn. And the only thing that Diddy and you are going to be left with is the actual decisions and the choices that you made and the truth of what happened. You can call everybody a liar that you want, just like y'all did a year ago. But looking like all of y'all had to walk all that back. And that's what's going to happen here. She concluded, quote, I beg you to think about those who have been wrongfully persecuted, like the people that took the fall for your son's actions and went to jail and prison. To remember, not everyone who has made mistakes in life, boldface, unmitigated lying, and violent, deranged physical assault. My son deserves to have their entire existence judged by a single action or a few mistakes. Okay, that could be true, but people get what they don't deserve all day long. So, I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. Same way that he got money he didn't deserve, power he didn't deserve. Now he's getting perhaps, you know, few allegations he don't deserve, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, girl. She says, my son is not the monster they have painted him to be, and he deserves the chance to tell his side. You know what, y'all? I agree. And I'm actually looking forward. Well, I agree with the second clause. I'm not sure about the my son is not the monster they painted him to be. I wasn't there. He might not be. She could be right. But the second part, he deserves the chance to tell his side. I agree. He does. And the public and the people who he's made his fortune off of deserve to know what happened. It's just part of it, I think. Yeah, I mean, y'all know I do have a soft spot for moms. I do. I felt the same way about April, what's her name? Margera, who absolutely hates my guts. But I feel like there's a part of me that does feel for the mother, right? I do think Janice Combs probably is like distraught and distressed, because I do think you always see your child as your child, that you have to protect or whatever. But like seriously, legitimately, if I'm advising this family on PR, I'm saying y'all need to zip it. Like you just need, it's not making anything better. Because now if anything in that letter you wrote, Janice, turns out to be not true, then you look just as bad as him. It's a vicious cycle. I definitely look forward to seeing how the whole thing shakes out, and that's all I really have for today. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation, and neither is reading a little article, girl. Love you, Minnie. Okay, bye.
Welcome into my world. You're playing my game. Thought that you could come up and they're fitting off of my knee. Talking out the side of your neck like you're insane. Cortisol levels to the roof. Inflame. Kids these days so shameless. Selling out real friends for a paycheck. Mama didn't teach them no home training. Wanna be me so bad, but they failing. Step to the plate though. I'll take a challenger. I ain't scared of no low life scavenger. I should warn you though, if you haven't heard, I ain't no Colleen ukulele ballager. Shots been fired. Run and tell that. Say it to my face though. Now behind my back. Won't be long till you share it in a group chat. And when I call you up, you're gonna backtrack. And you should've kept my name out